What's up, mi gente? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we're gonna spend a weekend with me studying. Today is Saturday, August 12th, and we're gonna be studying with me. It's 2 p.m. It's like 2:30 p.m. right now. I just finished. I went to the gym this morning. I ate breakfast. I cleaned my room. So now and I got ready as well. So now we're ready to go ahead and just lock in and start studying. So for Monday, we have two quizzes again, and they're both 17 questions long, and it's over like the whole endocrine system and the GU system. So luckily we have study guides for both of the quizzes that we're gonna have. And so the best way that I like to do is I like to memorize all the questions that she has here on the guide, and then my friend, she goes into a little more in depth and she makes like her own makes her own like notes and stuff, going more into depth, because sometimes, if she asks a question about if she asks the question about Graves' disease, well, the only thing that she has here is that the most common form of hyperthyroidism is an autoimmune disease called Graves' disease. So, my friend will go into depth and, put down the symptoms of Graves' disease around like what age and who's like more at risk of getting Graves' disease. So that's kind of like that's what my friend does. And so she's awesome, she's great, she shares it with us, so I just go over that as well before. But today what I'm just going to focus on mostly is just memorizing this, understanding the concepts, because when I see it, I'll know it, and if I need to go back and know anything else, I'll just go over the PowerPoints. But most likely I'll just use my friend's notes, because her slides her slideshows are like almost like 300 like slides. Like, she just gets them from the book, and a lot of things she skips over and just tells us like we're not going to need it for the quiz. So it's a lot of busy work and a lot of extra like researching, so that's why I'd rather just look at my friend's notes and just memorize this. And so far it's helped, but that is definitely what we are going to do for today. And then if there's like things, for example, like I keep struggling to understand or memorize, I'll write it down like on a flashcard. So I have like my little laptop stand, I have little flashcards here, and then I'll just write on those and then just keep memorizing. I'll use my whiteboard. I think right now, for now, I'm just going to be using the whiteboard. I'm going to be using my smaller one, so I can leave this one up here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this is my setup. I have the GU system and the endocrine system study guides. I have my whiteboard and my expo markers. I usually put up music to distract myself, and I have all my stationery stuff. So first thing I start off with is learning definitions, and what I do is write them all down, and what I try to do is memorize it. So I'll go ahead, after this I'll erase it and then rewrite it from memory, and I'll continue to do that until I get it right. Another thing that I like to do is I like to add in color, especially when I get things wrong or I keep missing something, or if I find something extra important. And I think also adding in color just makes studying a lot more fun. I will never play those games with you. other testing needs to be done to rule out UTI? Has to be a it has to be an MRI, has to be a cysto-uroscopy, and a urethroskopy. I don't know. I was wrong. Ultrasound, MRI, voiding cystourethropy, and urethroskopy. We need to practice that. Urethra diverticuli are outpouching of the urethra from enlarged periurethral glands. Symptoms mimic a UTI. What other testing needs to be done to rule out UTI? It has to be ultrasound. It has to be an MRI. It has to be avoiding cystourethropy and a urethroskopy. Those 4 tests need to be done to verify if it is urethral diverticuli, because it has very similar symptoms of a UTI. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We're on question 11. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 pages left, you guys. 6 pages left to memorize, and I'm feeling good. Definitely, like, when I study and I memorize, I gotta keep doing it. Because I'll forget it. And I know you guys are probably like, this isn't helpful. Maybe you guys think like this is helpful. Maybe you guys don't think this is helpful. But memorizing things, like, at least for me, hold on, I don't want to get copyrighted for doing that, actually. But memorizing things actually does take a lot of work and dedication. Like, don't just think like it'll take you a day to memorize all the information, because there is a lot of things that you have to memorize for, you know, especially like nursing exams. Like, it's not just a few things. Like, yeah, my quiz is 17 questions, but can be any of all of these like over 50 question things, you know. So I really have to memorize and know the difference between like urethral diverticuli and a UTI, you know, what tests can be done for this. So just examples like that. I wanted to say the way that I'm studying right now for this exam is basically how I studied for pharmacology. That scared me. I was like, what is that? So the way that I'm studying right now, memorizing and writing down flashcards like I did for this one, is almost to the same extent, just a little less intense, is how I studied for pharmacology. For pharmacology as well, like, we got study guides for the last 3 exams, and I memorized those and did flashcards for what I couldn't remember. And then before that, I was struggling. I was trying to make my own study guides, but it didn't really help. So thank goodness that she gave study guides, because I don't know what I would have done with that. I would have figured something out, but it's really stressful to have to remember over like 100 slides of PowerPoints. Like, it's so stressful. Like, I can't do it. I feel like for example, like, I'm studying right now during the weekend when I could have studied since the beginning of the week, you know, but I was chilling. You know, I work, you know, but during the week I got all my busy work done. So definitely something helpful that you guys can do is finish all your busy work during the week, finish all your study guides, do the research, do the homework, have it all done by Friday, so you can block in and give like the rest of the time that you have left to really understand, memorize, and be able to tell the difference, and be able to, you know, really read a question and know what it's asking you. That is really helpful. That is what's going to help you succeed. Definitely is keeping on track of all your work, all your busy work, because nursing school will do that. They will give you busy work, you know. So I finished all the EAQs, case studies, quizzes, and the discussion posts with the response to my peers. So this is really helpful. You know, I haven't really done good in studying so far for this quarter, and today is really like the first day that I feel like I'm actually like being productive with that. I am really hungry. It's 3 now, it's 3:30, and I feel good, but I want to keep going. I don't want to stop, because if I stop, like, then it's just hard for me to keep going. And I texted my mom if she could bring me some food, so shout out to my mommy. I love you, girl. I need like some type of background noise. I don't know if I would say I have ADHD, but I definitely do struggle with focusing. I really do. And it takes, like, it sometimes takes an hour. It takes me a lot to be able to study. That's why I said, like, I have to clean, I have to work out, I have to eat, because if not, all those things will be on my mind and I will not be able to just focus on this. Sorry for that loud knocking. My dad, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's probably putting in something in the spare room that we have. I'm so excited to tell you guys that I partnered with Picmonic. If you guys don't know what Picmonic is, it's a really cool interactive app where you can learn pharmacology, human anatomy, med surg, dosage, and a bunch of other things. It's so helpful. It gives you memory tricks. It's a fun way to learn with like cartoons, comics. They explain it. You can get quizzed. It's honestly an awesome app. Thank you again, Picmonic, for partnering with me. And if you guys want to go ahead and try the app, try my code. Another cup of tea. I'm actually drinking now. The first one that I had was turmeric, and this one now is chamomile. If you guys hear, like, you know, music or yelling, that's my parents. You know, they're having a fun time outside. But one of the study tips that I want to give you guys: take your breaks. It's really important to take your breaks, especially if you were studying for 2 hours nonstop, an hour nonstop. Like, studies show if you go nonstop studying and you don't take a break, your brain is less likely to retain all of that information because you're not giving it time to rest. You know, it's like overloading. So take your breaks. It's very important. You know, treat yourself, take care of yourself, eat, you know, go get a Starbucks, go get candy, go get whatever makes you feel better. My stomach was hurting, so that's why I keep drinking tea. I studied for a good 2 hours, and then I took a break for like a good 2 hours, and then I just kept going. But then I studied for like an hour and a half, I think, or an hour, and then I dropped off my brother at the movies. So right now it's 9:30, and I'm gonna have to probably go get him at like 12, because, you know, movies take forever with the commercials and everything. So I'm gonna have to go get him. But I wanted to get ready for bed because I would have stayed in that clothes like for the rest of the night, and I would have taken care of myself. So that's why I say, like, you know, best study tip too is just like make sure you take care of yourself. Do your self-care, then just continue to study, or, you know, take a break or just go to sleep. One of the biggest piece of advice and tips that I feel like I can give you guys is to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself that you are doing the best that you can. Put in that work, the best that you can, and never doubt yourself, because, you know, nursing school will humble you. You know, sometimes you'll study really hard and you won't do as good as you know, as you wanted or as you imagined. And it's normal, you know, you'll get the rhythm of it. You'll understand what your professor's looking for, especially in an accelerated program. Like, each professor teaches differently and tests differently. So give yourself grace, be kind to yourself, and never doubt yourself. I have a little story to tell you guys relating to the advice that I just gave you. So for last quarter, I was taking pharmacology and foundations, like I mentioned earlier. The studying that I was doing in the video in the beginning is similar to what I was doing, almost the exact same to what I was doing with pharm, but it was definitely more intense. I definitely started earlier and I put a lot more time, and in that one I was so nervous, I was so anxious that I didn't give myself the breaks that I needed, like this quarter, that I needed like I did now. I definitely neglected all of that. I was really stressed, I was really anxious. I had so much anxiety because the first 2 exams that I took for pharmacology were not passing grades. You know, the first one was a 65%, the second one was a 75, and then it just went up. My last test grade was a 95. For the third exam, I got an 85%. So by the third exam, I felt better, but I was still really anxious because I wasn't passing the class. I had 3 more exams left after that. I remember my teacher called me in to talk to me. She told me to consider to withdraw. I looked at her and I was like, you know, like crickets. I was like, and I told her, no, like, you know, I'm not gonna do it. And she said, you know, well, yeah, like, I understand that, but at least, like, if you withdraw, like, you already know the material and you can come back and you can do better and pass or something like that. And I was like, no, like, I have faith. Like, I understand that's what you want me to do, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna do it. I have faith. You know, I didn't tell her that I was gonna pass or I was gonna prove her wrong. I didn't tell her that. I told her I have faith. You know, I told her that 3 times. I have faith. I have faith. Like, you know, and it was honestly, I felt really bad after because my friends were waiting for me and they asked me, like, what did she say? And I told them that she told me to withdraw. And you know, like they were comforting me and they were telling me, like, don't listen to her, like, you know, like you do you and you keep trying, like you don't give up. And I already had it in my mind that I wasn't going to give up. You know, I believed in myself. I know my husband believed in me. You know, I didn't tell my parents because, you know, I had already failed a health assessment. So that was even another reason why I was so anxious even more, because I had already failed another class. And if I failed this one, I was gonna get kicked out. So you see why I was like super anxious and like why I stopped making videos for the past like 3 months, because it was really all or nothing. But you know, everything really does happen for a reason, and that class pushed my limits. That class really was a make it or break it, and you know, I made it. And definitely like my confidence after that is up. And you know, you have to go through the hardships to be able to get to where you want to be, you know, successful, or to just overcome like you know, just overcome a bump in the road. Hardships are necessary, you know, they build character. And ever since then, like, I have been definitely, you know, more determined. I've been more, you know, more organized. Like, I've just been more aware, and I've gotten better study habits because of it. So yeah, that's just a little story. So even when, you know, others don't believe in you, your teacher doesn't believe in you, you believe in yourself. You know, don't ever doubt yourself and believe that you're doing the best that you can, because at the end of the day, the person who's going to push you to do the best that you can and push you to get through nursing school or any school is you. There's always going to be people who doubt you, and there's always going to be, you know, bumps in the road, but what matters is that you keep going no matter what. That was a little story that I wanted to share with you guys. I've been wanting to, you know, tell you guys about it for a while. I just didn't know how or when. Like, I've already tried to film this video like 3 times, but I just didn't like any of them, and I didn't feel proud of the work that I was putting out there. This video I feel a lot better of, and you know, and I'm happy with it, so definitely gonna post this one.
You say nothing's wrong at all, baby. I say that we falling off lately. Maybe we just ain't been on the same page. In my mind, I'm done fighting it. In your heart, you keep trying. The truth is not hiding. That's just the way we are. But can't say you love me when it's like that. Can't say I love you when it's like that. If it was new, it won't be like that. To everybody else, it will just show me back. But I love when we make up like that. And you love it when I make you mad. But maybe we just...
What's up, mi gente? Happy Sunday. So today is August 13th and it's 10 o'clock right now. I'm gonna meet my friends at Starbucks at 10:30. I'm ready. I went to the gym this morning. I got up at 6:30, but I didn't leave until like 7:10. And then I hit back and biceps today, and then I ended with cardio. I ran for 10 minutes, and then I did a little ab workout, and I feel good. I feel really energized. It's gonna be a good day today. I hope you guys all have an amazing Sunday, and I'm feeling good about both study guides. I haven't practiced since last night. What's up, guys? So I'm back. I came home from Starbucks. I actually went to Marshall's right after because it was like 9 minutes away. So I was like, let me go, because I've been hunting for that Hello Kitty blanket but have not found it anywhere. I actually got this shirt. It's super cute. It's like this like seamless top. It's a long sleeve. It's a longer shirt. It's not like crop top, and it's short sleeve. So I'm super excited. I'm wearing it right now because I felt like it. But I'm like so tired. I feel like taking a nap, or I feel like just resting. Like, I don't feel like studying. I feel like we got a good amount done during our like study sesh. I feel like we got a good amount of like studying done in our study group, but you know, there's always room for improvement. I'm probably just gonna go over the guide and write it on my iPad like I was doing last night. And then take a break, and then go back, and then take a break.